place value for whole numbers. Before we take a look at that, let's recall what whole numbers are. Whole numbers are the natural numbers, including 0. So the whole numbers are 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. Now, what is place value for whole numbers? Well, our number system is pretty cool, but what makes it so special? Well, part of what makes it so special is place value. So to help us take a look at place value, let's start off by doing a bit of exploring. Let's take a look at two numbers and compare them a little. Let's take this number and this number. Now these numbers are not the same. This is 13 and this is 31. But why are they different? They both use the same digits of 1 and 3. But notice, those digits are in a different order. So, that order is making a difference. That is where place value comes into play. The location or place of each of these digits makes a big difference for the overall number. That location determines the value for that digit. So let's take a closer look at 13. Take a look at the digit all the way to the right, the 3. This digit of 3 is in what is called the ones place. In the ones place, that digit is telling us how many ones we have. So here, we're saying that we have 3 ones. Now if we take a look over at 31, all the way over to the right, we have a 1 in the ones place. So this is telling us that we have 1, 1. Now if we move 1 place to the left, we get the tens place. So here in the number 13, we have a 1 in the tens place. That is telling us how many tens we have. Here, we just have one set of tens. If we take a look over at 31, we see a 3 in the tens place. So that is telling us that we have 3 tens over here. Now, to help you visualize place value, you can use something called tens rods, or unit cubes to help you. But you can also use addition to see this. We can break 13 up using these place values. If we take a look at the tens place, we have 1 in the tens place. That means that we just have 1 10. Now if we take a look at the ones place, we have a 3 there. So we have 3 ones. If we take 10 plus 3, we get 13. And we can do the same thing with 31. Here we see that we have a 3 in the tens place. So we have 3 tens, or 30. And in the ones place, we just have a 1. So there's just 1 there. 30 plus 1 gives us 31. Now in our number system, each place is worth 10 of the place to the right of it. So if we take a look here, we start with the ones place. Now if we have 10 ones, that is the same as having 1 10. So we move over to the tens place. Well, following that pattern, we can actually find more and more place values. So let's take a look. Let's say we have the number 70. Here, there's a 0 in the ones place and a 7 in the tens place. So this is the same thing as saying that we have 7 tens. That's one way to write 70. But what if we have this number right here? Well, here we have a 0 in the ones place, a 0 in the tens place, but then we have another place to the left of the tens place. What place is that? Well, this place is worth 10 of the place that comes before it, to the right of it. So this place is worth 10 tens. Well, if we have 10 tens, that's the same thing as taking 10 times 10. 10 times 10 is 100. This is the hundreds place. So here we have 7 hundreds. Or we could say that we have 7 times 100. Or remember, 100 is the same thing as having 10 tens. So this is the same thing as taking 7 times 10 tens, since 10 tens is the same as 100. Or we could write this as 70 times 10. Any way we write this, we still get the number 700. So, in order to find the next place value to the left, we really just need to take the current place value and multiply it by 10. That's as easy as just adding a 0 to the end of it. Now we can continue this process and find more and more and more and more place values. To help us keep track of these place values, we can use a place value chart. Here's an example of one. Now let's go ahead and fill it in. Well, way over here on the right, we start with the ones. The ones have the ones place, the tens place, and the hundreds place. Those are the ones that we've already seen, what we've been working with before. Now here, these three place values together make up a period. Now if we move to the place value to the left of the hundreds place, we get the thousands place. So here, this period is the thousands places. This has the ones place, so 1,000s, the 10,000s, and the 100,000s. Then we move up to the millions. So here we have the millions. And again, we have the 1 millions, the 10 millions, and the 100 millions. After the millions comes the billions. We have the 1 billions, the 10 billions, and the 100 billions. Here, we then have the trillions after that. We have the ones, tens, and 100 trillions. And we can keep going on and on and on, following this same pattern. Cool. Now, the place value chart is very helpful in seeing the value of different digits. So let's say we take a number. Let's take 2, 5, 6, 7, 9. Here, we put each digit in its own little box. And we can easily see the value for each of those. Here, this digit of 2 is in the 10,000s place. So that is 20,000. Then this digit of 5 is in the 1,000s place. So that's 5,000. Together, that's 25,000. Then we have 6 in the hundreds, 7 in the tens, and 9 in the ones. This number is 25,679. If we write it out just like that, this is called standard form. But using this place value chart, we can take this number from standard form to expanded form. Again, this 2 is in the 10,000s place, so that would be 20,000. The 5 is in the 1,000s place, so that's 5,000. So we're seeing the value of each of those digits by writing it out like this. Then we add 600, then 70, and then 9. So now we've taken this number from standard form and written it into expanded form. Now the place value chart is also helpful if we want to compare numbers. Here we can create boxes going down. We can put a number right here and another number right here. And then we would easily be able to compare the place values of those numbers. So now we know about the place values of whole numbers.